Ladies and gentlemen, Supergirl, and I gotta be honest here, there's a couple days I didn't do much on it because I had to think through on the base. And the base comes with a basically a pole stand, about that much. It's very cool, and this is going to look dirty. The tolerance on it, when it fits through her foot, actually goes in. I mean, it's tight, beautifully fit, but it snapped off the first time I put her on it because her cape and her hair are too heavy. She's actually very hollow. I mean, she's light, but her hair and her cape just makes added weight and wants to go forward. So I had to think of how to fix it. And I came up with a telescoping brass tube. And if you don't know what that is, that's actually taking a smaller diameter for her leg and then a bigger diameter for her base. So we got that whacked in there, and I actually cut it too long. Had to go back in. Had to go back in with Mr. Dremel. And my first Dremel that I ever had was a corded one, and that's the ones I really liked the best because battery, you can go anywhere you want with the battery, but the cord one it always ran. And my corded one, I mean, I had it for years till I actually just burned it up and went with the battery. And I actually went to a garage sale and bought a mini one for like $10 many years ago, which blew my mind. But anyway, another topic for another day. So I got the brass tube in here, had to drill all the way up here, and basically I got the tube about right there, and super glued in, and AV's epoxy sculpt, kind of a combo mix, and which makes it really sturdy, so she's good and supportive, so she won't tip over. You see on the base here, I got it glued together, and I started. I put a little tulip on just to blend it, and I still got to finish working, get that on. I do have to go ask if this is a cloud or a rock. I want to say more of a rock, but could be a cloud. Anyway, she fits in like so, and she's very, very sturdy. So if you want to, you can make her removable if you want, or if you want to make her permanent, just drop a glue there, and she will be permanently fixed. So anyway, that was a couple days. Had to think of, actually had to whittle it down. And there's one other thing, before I forget. The base here, I mean, it fits, again, don't want to be dirty, it fits in perfect. But I had to, if you can see it, I had to adjust the angle, and it had to go, basically like this. I actually had to go about like that. It's just because of her cape and her hair. She's more like this. Let me see if I can. She's more, if you put her in, she's more at an angle, so she kind of needs to be raised up, and that raising her up that way made her very, very sturdy, and she didn't want to spin, because with her cape and everything, if you put her on the pole there, she spins, and that's what she did on the original one, which snapped it completely clean off. What? My assistant wants attention. So anyway, I had to fix that. That took the rest of the week to get that fixed, and get her stable and everything. So now I'm down to just little things, cleaning up her hair, and trying to get her cape smoothed off. Speaking of that, smooth. A lot of people ask, how do you clean up prints on some of you see the print lines and everything. You can brush on a thing from, I think Smooth On has it. Primer, there's different primers. You can get filler primer. I use 2X primer. I build it up in coats. I mean, it may be a little thick, but it covers it really, really well. And sanding, and I've just briefly touched on it. Sanding, I know a lot of people think you got to have something special. I don't. I get different grits of sanding sticks. more of the, not the rough kind, but the, light to medium, if you will. And just back and forth. Some of the support struts, though, you have to, break out the needle files. And there is some needle files that I'm going to have to make me a special one, because it needs to be like curved just a little bit. That way you can get into the, hair and all that. But anyway, I'm down to basically the cleanup, so hopefully I can get a little more done on that. And we can start, hopefully, painting by next week. That's what I'm planning on. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. Supergirl, we got her assembled. And, and speaking of that, I have to, again, getting ahead of myself here, her cape. Again, there's no instruction. I thought, well, how hard can it be? I'll put her head on, then I'll put her cape. You got to put her cape on first, then her head. It should go that way. There's a tab. I don't know if you can see it somewhere in there. I actually had to whack the tab about half off, and it's actually square, and I had to make it like that just to get it to fit in, because her hair is in her way when you try to put the cape on. So the cape goes on first if you do get a kit of this. Cape, then head. Learn from my mistakes. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. We are continuing on with the 3D print of Supergirl. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.